Okay, so we are live on LinkedIn and YouTube. Hi everyone, this is Aditya Sharma. I'm CEO of High Counselor and I'll be your host for today's session. If you can let me know, guys, in the chat box that you can hear me loud and clear, you can see me absolutely fine. That would be very, very helpful. In the meantime, I'll also double check connections on my end. So I'll quickly check on LinkedIn and YouTube if this session is up and running live or not. Okay. In the meantime, if you can let me know, that would be great. And then we'll get started very soon. Okay. So I can see myself live on LinkedIn. So, okay, great. Okay, awesome. So we are live on LinkedIn. Uh, So guys, yeah, let's get started in a few minutes. In the meantime, as I said, please let me know in the chat box that you can hear me loud and clear. You can see me absolutely fine, and then we'll get started very, very soon. Let's get started with a brief introduction in the meantime. So I am Aditya Sharma. I'm co-founder and CEO of High Counselor, and I am currently located in Sunnyvale, California. And here I've entered my location in the chat box for everyone. So here we go. Okay, let me know where are you located, and so that will help me to understand the audience. Where are you at the moment, and then we'll jump into today's session of on how AI agents are changing role of data analyst, data scientist, what you need to know about it. If you're targeting roles in data analyst and data scientist, I also have some of the open roles that some companies in my network are hiring. So I would love to share them with you. Okay. Hi, Katie. Okay, you're in Santa Clara. Thanks for confirming. You're coming in clearly. Thanks for confirming, Katie. Appreciate it. Ishan, good morning, Ishan. Although it's evening here, maybe you're in a different part of the world. Uh, okay, Mastan, thanks for confirming. Indriani says I'm located in Columbus, Ohio. Okay, Ishan, you're in India. Okay, thanks for joining in super early. I mean, I think it's 5 a.m. there. Vishnu is from Tempe, Arizona. Alan is from Utah. Okay. SLC Utah, South Lake City, I guess. Salt Lake City. Okay. Perfect. Shai Srinivasan is from Kansas. Okay. And guys, if you can quickly take a moment to simply like this event and repost it so that we can reach more and more people, that would be super helpful. Okay, Ananya is from New Jersey. Okay, awesome. Awesome. Okay. So just take a moment, guys. And as I said, please like the event, please repost it so that we can reach more and more people. And then we'll get started very soon. Today's agenda. Uh, so we are going to discuss how AI agents are shifting the role of a data analyst, data scientist. If you're targeting those roles, uh, you can. This is super important for you. Also, if you're trying to get upskilled in AI agents, we'll also cover like a high level overview of that path. Third is there are a few employers in my network who are actively hiring, and I'll share those job opportunities with you. I'll also give you a quick overview of High Counselor program, uh, and then we're going to literally see how AI agents are changing the role of data analyst and data scientist. Okay. Okay, guys. So thanks for sharing your location. What job roles are you targeting? So can you let me know in the chat box whether you're targeting data analyst, data scientist, software developer? That would be great. Sai says, is there any opportunities in High Counselor? So not in our US office at the moment, but we have a few employers in our network that are hiring. I posted about it on LinkedIn as well. Uh, but yeah, I'll share them with you in a moment. Okay. Okay, guys, what are the job roles that you're targeting? That's super important to know. Okay. So people are targeting ML engineer. Katie says software developer. Okay. Narimpali says ML engineer, data analyst. Okay. Ananya again targeting data analyst. Sampat's been targeting data analyst. Okay. 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 So we'll talk about it. Cool. So, guys, before we get started, let me share a few roles that are in my network. So, first one is uh, there is a company based out of Chicago. They are targeting a data analyst slash data developer role, and the requirement for them is basically they want someone who knows Power BI really well. They want someone who can build report in SQL Server reporting tool. So you should be able to write very good SQL queries and generate report from it. Uh, and third is like they want this guy to have some knowledge of Microsoft stack, right? Like Visual Studio, not Azure. You don't need to be an expert, but a little bit knowledge of Visual Studio reporting and dashboard. Plus, this role is also a little bit functional. I posted about it on LinkedIn. Let me share that with all of you really quick, and I have more requirements listed over there. Okay, give me 1 second. Okay, so I'll share my screen and you should be able to get a better view of it. Okay, you should be able to see my screen now. And this is the role I'm talking about. I just posted it yesterday. So we are basically looking for somebody with 3 years of work experience who can build report using Microsoft SSRS, knowledge of Power BI. And yeah, basically these are the two things required. And the location is Chicago. The salary is $100 to $120,000. So but there is one requirement that they recently came up with, that they said they would prefer somebody who doesn't require visa sponsorship. I know that is a little bit disappointing for some of the international candidates, but you can let me know if you require visa sponsorship, if you don't require visa sponsorship, and if this job is, if you're interested in this job. Okay. By the way, who's open to relocate to Chicago at this point, or may or have uh, uh, or have like a experience of creating reports in Microsoft SQL Server? Just you can raise your hand. Just say I am willing to relocate to Chicago because I really need to provide a relevant candidate by tomorrow or so. So it would be a very quick hiring. Okay, so let's see. And again, if this is not a right fit, no worries. I mean, there are always opportunities that come up. Okay, Natasha. Cool. And guys, also let me know if you require visa sponsorship, so that I can provide all the information. This was one of the job. Now the another hiring event that I'm doing with one of the recruiter. His name is Daniel Perillo, and let me share the event link with you. We plan to conduct this event next week on Tuesday. So let me share the event with you. And Daniel is hiring for multiple positions, including both that require that like there are sponsoring and some of the positions that require US citizens. So it has opportunities for everyone. Okay. So let me share this with all of you really quick. I'll share my screen again. Okay. Cannot relocate. Okay. Katie, I mean that's I'm completely unqualified. No worries, Katie. Maybe this is not a right fit job for you, right? We don't have to be a fit to every job, so which is absolutely fine. Okay, so another hiring event that we are conducting next week is on July 1st at 4 p.m. Eastern Time with Daniel Perillo. He's a senior recruiter in San Francisco, and he is hiring for multiple um, positions. Let me share this event link with all of you. Make sure to register on it, and yeah, hopefully you'll find a more relevant position here. Okay. Uh, Cindy, I think you mentioned that you meet all the criterias, but you're not willing to relocate. Let me check with the team. And guys, if you are interested in the Chicago position, why don't you just drop your resume at hire@highcounselor.com. One second. So I've added this in the chat box for everyone. I'll also put it on the screen. Give me 1 second and I'll quickly put it on here. So it will be hire@highcounselor.com. Send resume for data developer role at this. Okay. So if you are, let me also add this data developer role in Chicago, and I will schedule a quick interview call with you if we find your resume relevant. Oops, not this one. Okay, cool. So if you, even if suppose you're not willing to relocate, let me know. Just write it in the email that, hey, I'm not willing to relocate to Chicago, but I'm available for remote. We'll see if your skills are a great match. We can always propose it to the employer, and then it will be their choice. I've seen that sometimes when they find a really good candidates, employers compromise on candidates relocation. Okay, so it may be worth giving it a shot. Okay, and do mention whether you also require visa sponsorship or not. Okay, that would be great. Okay, thanks, Cindy, and guys, Sai Srinivas, thanks for letting me know. Please send your resume and we'll let you know. Rajesh says, do you have any opportunities in Australia? No, Rajesh. We 99% work with employers in the US and help them hire talent in the US, right? But again, this session could be helpful for you in terms of getting yourself ready for at least from an interview perspective. Okay. Okay. Let's see. Okay, I think we are all good. Let's get started with our session. Give me 1 second. Somebody shared profile. Okay, so you. Okay, great. Okay, great. Okay, guys. So I think so you're aware of both the hiring opportunities, and again, I come up with new hiring opportunities every week. Stay in touch. If you have not subscribed to my newsletter, please do so. I'll share the link with all of you. But let's get started with today's session. So today's session is about how the role of data analyst and data scientist have changed because of AI agents. So, there was a time almost a year ago where data analyst and data scientist, they were like in super high in demand role. Uh, Definitely for all the reasons that companies are data driven now. So they need data analysts to get all that information. They need data scientists to fine tune models, right? And automate a lot of work. But after the launch of AI agent, the role of data analyst and data scientist has significantly changed. So if you're targeting any of these two roles, you must be aware how the AI agents have changed this approach, and also how you can upskill yourself in probably 2 to 3 weeks of time frame and get ready for the new version of data analyst and data scientist. Okay. Before I jump in, so in this session, let me share my screen again. So during our session, we are going to discuss about all the three ways in which AI agent has transformed the role of a data analyst and data scientist. And then I'm also going to show you an AI agent in action, actually performing the role of a data analyst. Okay. So we are literally going to see how data analysts used to work 1 year ago and how data analysts work in today's scenario. Okay. So if you go to an interview and if you still portray that, okay, I'm going to work like data analysts or scientists used to work a year ago, I don't think that would be a very smart strategy. I mean, not every company is ready to adopt AI agents right now, but you should know that what has shifted and how you have upskilled yourself. Okay. So we are going to run this AI agent. I'm going to show you all the details of how this little guy is working as a data analyst. Uh, and I'll also send this AI agent to all of you after this session so that you can implement it for yourself and maybe play around with it and add it to your resume as well. Okay. Awesome. So before we get started, let me give you a quick introduction of myself as well as a little bit about High Counselor. Uh, you may be a first time user here, you may be a repeat user here. So let me give you a quick overview about High Counselor and about myself. And after that, we'll jump into this particular topic. Okay. And if you have any questions in the meantime, guys, feel free to put it in the chat box and we are going to cover all the questions before we wrap up today's session. Okay. So let me share my screen. I think it is already shared. Yeah, it was already shared. I should not have stopped it, but let's do it again. Okay. Cool. So guys, before we jump into the session, a little bit overview of High Counselor and myself. So I come from an engineering background. I did my BTech from NIT Jalandhar back in 2012. And after that, I came to US in 2015 for my master's degree at Duke University. After completing my master's from Duke, I started my career at PricewaterhouseCoopers in Chicago as a tech consultant in their data science department. And that's when I got in touch with data for the very first time. And then I moved to Deloitte Consulting in San Francisco, worked there for about 3.5 years, again in the cloud and data science division, implemented a lot of cloud solutions, as well as performed a lot of data migration, the data science projects. And then in 2020, I took a leap of faith and left my job from Deloitte. And it's been more than 5 years that we have been successfully working at High Counselor. Now, why did I leave Deloitte to start this company, High Counselor? Because in April, because we found that a lot of people struggle to find a job in the US. So our objective was to help people land a job. We started with just 3 candidates in April 2020. And trust me, all those 3 candidates come from Duke University because nobody trusted at that time that we could help them find a job. We started with 3 candidates, helped them found their dream job, and then we raised $2 million in pre-seed round from VCs in Silicon Valley. And until now, we have helped more than 600 people land a job in the US. So quite an exciting journey for us so far. Now, why did I start High Counselor? Because when I saw a lot of job seekers, I found that they struggle with 3 major situations. First is they lack proper mentorship and guidance. Okay, a lot of people are putting a lot of effort, but that's just not in the right direction. Second is people are not prepared for HR, behavioral, and technical interviews. Guys, I cannot put law or more like focus or force on this particular topic, there are a lot of candidates say that, Aditya, I just need interview calls and I'll crush it. That's not true. Even people with 10 plus years of work experience, I have seen them struggling left and right in to crack interviews. And third is people rely overly on job application. A lot of candidates, when I talk to them, when I see how they have done their jobs search so far, they only do job application. But that is not the only way to find a job. And that's when we created High Counselor, which is a 360-degree ecosystem in which we help candidates with interview preparation. We help them with connecting them with the mentors from the industry, people coming working at FANG companies for HR, behavioral, and technical interviews. Then we also work with them to fix their LinkedIn and resume. And by the way, we provide a very hand-picked interview prep for technical interviews specifically, so that you go through very limited resources, but then you know what is going to be most probably what concepts are going to be there in the interview. Okay. And once you are done with your resume and LinkedIn, then we also help you get interview calls. And we do this using these 4 strategies. So we help you build personal brand on LinkedIn, which is much more than just cleaning up your LinkedIn. Okay. For example, I have 140K followers on LinkedIn, and that helps me get a lot of inbound opportunities. The same is true for any job seeker. Second thing is job application. So we provide you our team and our tools. So our team apply to job, they identify jobs for you, they apply to jobs on your behalf. Okay, that saves a lot of your time. That helps you to apply to a lot more jobs. Third is email networking. We are a big fan of networking. So we have built internal tools that help you network 10x faster with people who are working in your target companies, with people who are working in companies who are actively hiring. And third and fourth method is by directly referring you to the recruiters and hiring managers. We work with about 250 different companies, recruiters, and hiring managers. And every time they have a relevant position to you, we directly refer our candidates. Every week, I invite people in my LinkedIn Live. Mostly it's on Thursday. For example, I have Daniel Perillo for the next week. Last week, I invited Shayla Holmes. So we work with a lot of recruiters closely. And whenever there's a relevant position, we recommend our candidates. Okay. So again, to clarify that High Counselor is a career accelerator. We are not a staffing company. We are not a consultancy. We never hire anyone on our payroll. We help you get a job at the final employer. Okay. There are only 3 roles that we support at the moment, which is software engineering. So any role in front end, back end, full stack, any role related to data science, like data analyst, data scientist, AI, ML engineer, we should be able to help you out. And third one is the product manager role. Okay. The pricing of our overall program is $15,000, but we understand that $15,000 is a very, very high amount for somebody who's searching for a job. So we have divided this 15,000 into 2 parts. First is the upfront payment of $2,500. So before you enroll, you pay $2,500, which you can, by the way, pay in monthly installments of just $97. So to get started, you can start paying $97 a month. And you can get started with us. The majority of the amount, which is $12,500, you pay only after landing a job, and that too in monthly installment. So it's easy for you to join. It's easy for you to pay back. The first week of High Counselor program is absolutely free. So if you want to join and see how it works, you can join. See if it is not a right fit for you. You can opt out, and we'll make the complete refund of your $2,500 payment or the $97, whichever plan you choose. Okay. As I said at the beginning, we have helped 600 plus candidates so far land a job in the US. I would highly recommend you to go to our website, highcounselor.com, and then there is a button at the top called Success Stories. There are a lot of interviews that we have collected over there, so feel free to have a look at them. The application process is pretty straightforward and simple. So if you're interested, our next cohort starts early next week. We take one-on-one interviews before accepting anyone at High Counselor. And the reason behind that is because there is a very, very significant upfront investment in every candidate that we onboard at High Counselor. and we want to make sure that we only onboard candidates who are a right fit for us. Okay, so that's where we have the application process. So you need to go to highcounselor.com, click on apply to upcoming cohort, fill out the application. We will review your application, and based on that, we are going to schedule a one-on-one interview call with you, which is just a 15 minutes call where we'll learn more about your background and your current situation. And after that, we'll be able to tell you whether we can admit you in high counselor or not. Okay, let me also quickly show you where you can go and apply. So as I said, simply go to our website, highcounselor.com. There's a button called apply to upcoming cohort. When you go here, click on start application, fill out this application. And as I said, if you're a right fit, we are going to schedule a one-on-one call with you, and we'll let you know if we can hire you or not. Not hire you, but basically provide you an admission decision at High Counselor or not. Okay. So that's all about High Counselor introduction and about my background. Let's get started with our today's session on how AI agents have transformed the role of a data analyst and data scientist. So there are three different ways in which AI agents have transformed the role of a data analyst and data scientist. Okay. And those three ways are basically, I would like to know first from you guys if you're actually aware of it. So let me know in the chat box. And what do you think? What are the ways in which AI agent has changed the role of a data analyst? Can you, so one is in front of you, right? Can you let me know what are the others? So if you know about this one, let me pull it from the screen for everyone. But just let me know really quick, what are those three ways in which AI agents have changed the role of a data analyst and data scientist? Okay, and then I'll share with you, and let's see who has guessed it right. Okay, I'm waiting for your response, and then we are going to cover everything. In the meantime, Science Universe says, recently I gave the technical assessment test for High Counselor, but I didn't get any response. Science, so maybe there are two situations. The first one is when you score very low, then we do not push your profile to the employers. But if you have got 75% or more score, we must have pushed your profile to the recruiter. But I'll definitely check with my internal team, and we'll tell them to at least give you, okay, how much you scored in the assessment. Okay. Okay, so automate task. Natasha, what is automate? Like, if you can elaborate more on what do you mean by automating task? Because it can be anything. Like, just think it from a data analyst or a data scientist perspective, and think what are their tasks that AI agents has automated. Okay, complex SQL queries. Okay, Ahmad, that is, let me put that in screen for everyone. So, Ahmad says, okay, give me 1 second. You know, when I have my external mouse pad connected, I mess up between the two things. But anyways, okay, so Ahmad says complex SQL queries, which is certainly right. Okay. Vishnu says agents are capable of doing some of the work of data analysts, but what are the works of data analysts? Vishnu, can you elaborate more? No need to learn coding like SQL, Python. If we can define the use case clearly in English, it is going to output the results. Karthik may be right, may not be right. I would never say that do not learn coding, because if you don't know coding, you won't be able to. I mean, you cannot cross check, right? And unless we all become super confident that, okay, AI agents are doing perfect job, uh, we need to cross check their work by writing code, right? So and they cannot do everything at the moment. So you need to know SQL and Python. Okay. Debugging code or queries, Alan, that's a great point. Yes, I didn't think about it, especially from a data analyst point of view. Science Srinivasan, I feel LLMs. That's very vague answer. Vinay says independently reason and execute. Vinay, maybe yes. Yeah, that makes sense. But yeah, thanks for sharing your thoughts. Anyone else that want to add anything else to this list? Someone, anyone, no one? Creating dashboard by leveraging APIs and GUI. Yes, Vishnu, that's a great answer. That's a great point. Yes, that is absolutely true. Uh, so one is creating dashboard, one is creating complex queries. Third one is debugging queries, which is great. Accomplish task on your behalf. Again, that's a vague answer, but we'll take it. Okay. Cool. So but thanks everyone for brainstorming, for putting in your thoughts here. Now let's go through my list. Okay, things that I have personally tested on my system, and that I can confidently say that. And I have been hearing from recruiters, right, that Aditya, if we want to have candidates who have this type of information, right, who are already aware how AI agents are transforming AI role of a data analyst, data scientist, are they updated or not? So, three ways in which AI agents have updated the role of data analyst or data scientist. Da, da, da. The first one, it is natural language to query to for data access. So back, say 1 year ago, data analyst or business analyst had to write SQL queries or use BI tools to retrieve data. Okay, and it was a big problem. So, for example, if you're a non-tech project manager, you had to reach out to data analyst and business analyst and ask for, hey, can you look in the database and tell us like how many users got registered on our platform in the last 30 days or in the month of February of 2024 or whatever. And then data analysts and business analysts used to go into the SQL or any other database, and they used to write SQL queries, and then they used to get back to the non-tech person, right? And this process used to take few hours to a few days, depending upon how complex that ask is. But now that has changed. Okay, so if somebody asks you, okay, how can you help me as a data analyst in my company, and if you say I'll write SQL queries, they may not want to hear this answer. So now AI agents can just understand your language and they will write SQL queries to pull out that information. Can you imagine how amazing that is? So suppose if I am a non-tech project manager, I don't need to reach out to a data analyst or a business analyst. I'll have my own screen. I'll just speak and I'll get the data. That is so amazing, right? So that is the first capability. That is the first capability, and a lot of companies that I personally work with, they have implemented this capability. Okay, so that is the first one. The second one is automating data cleaning and pre-processing. Right, as data analysts, data scientists, we all know that it's not about just fine-tuning the model. It's about first cleaning the data, and that's where 70% of your time goes. But AI agents have significantly changed it, right? They can now identify what are the common errors. They can make recommendations how you can clean this data. They can help you come up with analysis, right? So a lot of data cleaning and pre-processing work is now done by AI agent, and that frees up time for a lot of people. Okay, super important. Third area in which AI agent has significantly contributed and changed role of data analyst, data scientist is instant report generation and storytelling. Okay, until now, Tableau, Power BI were super famous tools, and they are famous even now, right? Companies are still using it, but AI agents has started creating reports and dashboards, and more than that, AI agent has started providing insights of uh, from a large database, because the role of a business analyst or data analyst and even sometimes for data scientists was to give an insights of like massive data set. But now AI agents can give you insights and they can also give you recommendation on decision making, which has completely transformed the game. And internally at High Counselor, we have implemented AI agents that now performs this end-to-end duty of data cleaning, analysis, writing SQL queries, fine-tuning the AI models, and then giving us suggestions on what to do next. And everything through a voice conversation or a chat conversation. Let me show it to you now. Okay. Okay, by the way, until now, how many of you have actually uh, gained some hands-on experience in AI, in building AI agents? Please raise your hand. Yes, no, whatever. So I get to know how many of you have actually built AI agents or have started building or learning about AI agents. Please raise your hand. That is super important before we move on. Just say, I have uh, done it, or yes, me, whatever, right? Just want to know. Not yet. Maslan says not yet. Maslan, what job role are you in? Vishnu says yes. Okay, Vishnu, what platform do you use, or what framework are you using to build AI agents? Anyone? And guys, it's absolutely fine if you have not used it at all. Uh, After today's session, I promise that you'll learn at least something. You cannot learn the entire agentic AI thing in like 15 minutes, but you'll learn something. That is for sure. Okay. Me working on job search automation AI agent now. Ahmed, again, what platform are you using to build AI agent? Would love to know about it. Karthik says not yet, but excited to. Absolutely, Karthik. Your profile says you're a data analyst and software developer. You must learn AI agents. Nadimpalli says started AI/ML PG courses. Okay, AI/ML is different. I mean, it's the foundation of building AI agents, but not exactly AI agents. Okay, created a trading bot using MCP. That's great, Vinay. That is amazing. If you have already built that, that's amazing. Started learning AI, Swapna, which is cool. Vishnu Datta says I started learning LLMs from scratch from YouTube channels. Okay, that's great. That's great. Okay, guys, one more thing, that if you're searching or if you're planning to switch jobs, right? Uh, and if you're in the software data or the product category, I would highly recommend you to learn about AI agents, right? And what are their basic components, capabilities, probably do 3 to 5 projects, and that will take you to a totally different level. And that will make you a part of top 5% candidates as well. Okay, so just a heads up for everyone. And I think I forgot to mention that in our High Counselor job search program, uh, we provide this AI agent training to everyone. That is already covered. Usually that cost about like $3,000, but it is included in the High Counselor job search program, because I personally believe that every candidate must know basics of AI, must know how to build agents to automate their work, and it is absolutely non-negotiable for software data in the product category. Okay, so that is already included in the High Counselor program. Okay, cool. So now let me show you an AI agent actually performing the role of a data analyst and data scientist. Okay, I'll share my screen. And we utilize this platform called N8N. Okay, if you're not aware of this platform, simply go on Google, search for N8N, and you'll come across this platform called N8N.io. Simply go to this platform, create your free account by clicking on Get Started. And when you create your account, then you'll get an instance like this. Look, we have built so many AI agents that are currently working in our company just as our employees. Okay. For this session, let me pull up For this session, I created this AI agent, and this agent performed role of a data analyst. What I've done here, I have connected a database, okay, to this AI agent. And instead of going into the database, writing SQL query to pull up the information, I'm just going to chat with this AI agent and it is going to provide me all the information right over here. Let me show it to you. Okay. So for example, let's start. Hi. Okay, let's see. What is it? It says, let me also zoom in so that you can see this. And look, every time I'm asking it a question, can you see this tick button? So that means this agent just, uh, my, uh, my chat actually triggered this agent to do the job. Okay. So it says, okay, how can I assist you? So I'll say, can you tell me the number of users registered? Let me put this over here. Registered in Feb 2024. Okay. When I write this, can you see this agent is working? I'll explain you what this agent and everything. So look, this agent is right now working. And it's giving me the output. There were 8 users registered in February 2024. So I made this dummy data for this session, right? So that I could show you. I cannot share like a real database, right? So 8 users registered in February 2024. Do you need any more information or just assistance? Can you tell me how many of them belong to United States? When I again ask the question, the agent is working, it's running, and it says there are no users from the United States who registered in 20. If you have any other question, right, you can ask me. So it will give you all the information. Now, let me show you how it is replacing the role of a data analyst. So when I ask both of these questions on the right hand side, when I click on this particular icon, I can literally see what SQL query it wrote. So it ran select count as total users from where country is United States created between Feb 1 to Feb 29, 2024. And that's where it gave me the result. And the output came as 0. So instead of me writing that SQL query, it wrote a SQL query for me. Similarly, the last time when I executed it, it wrote a SQL query then as well. So instead of me as a data analyst writing this SQL query, it is doing that job for me. Now let's try one more thing. Okay. Let's ask, can you give me insights based on the users registered on my platform in 2024? Now, most of the time, role of a data analyst and data scientist, can you see this agent is still working, has started working. Now, the role of a data scientist is to come up with the insights. Based on the users registration in 2024, 100 users registered, 30 were recruiters, 34 were admins, 36 were candidates. They belong to these countries. Their active status, 95 are active, 5 are inactive users. It has given me all the information in a very concise way. That is so amazing, right? Okay, I can ask any question, and every time I ask a question, I can go to this right hand side, and it has a few components over here. You may be wondering what are those who are not aware. So first is memory. Okay, so let me show you one diagram. Okay, this is how an AI agent work. Okay, an AI agent has 3 major components. The first one is LLM, which is the brain of an AI agent. Okay, so using any large language model like the OpenAI's 4.0 or Google Gemini or Facebook Llama that act as a brain of an AI agent. Second is memory. All the conversation that you do, it remembers what you talked to this in the last 5 minutes or 10 minutes. Again, you can fix the context window. And third one is tool. Based on the tool, the AI agent take action on your behalf, like sending an email, updating your Slack. That's all, like, or saving a file in a Google Drive, right? So it can also take an action on your behalf. And that's all happening over here. Look, the first one is memory. Everything that we talk, it is remembering over here. The second thing is the brain of AI agent, which is we are using 4o Mini, which is an OpenAI model. Third one is tool. To get this information, it needs a tool, which is, again, we are writing SQL queries. So this is this tool over here, select data, which is to execute SQL query. So this is our tool. And that's where the entire magic is happening. Okay. And this is where now, as a data analyst, you need to know how to build this AI agent so that you're not writing SQL queries for simple things, right? And you should be able to fine tune this AI agent and become an advanced, or I would say AI powered data analyst or data scientist. Okay. Okay. Tell me, uh, what do you think about this? Okay, let's see question, guys. Feel free to let me know your thoughts and your questions in the chat box here. I would love to know that were you aware of this, uh, how and did you find it helpful? Okay, so Vishnu says, okay, I started learning. I'm using, okay, Ahmed says, I'm using OpenRouter.ai platform and browser use. Okay, that is great. OpenRouter.ai. I've not used it. I'll definitely check it out, Ahmed. Hugging Face for learning. Okay, Ishan, Hugging Face is a great platform. Katie says, wait, I'm confused. I thought it just said there was nobody from United States. Yes, Katie, it said there was nobody from United States in the month of February 2024. Just February 2024 we talked about, but in the entire 2024 we had a few people from United States. Okay. Okay, guys. So tell me in the chat box, what do you think about uh, AI agents transforming role of data analyst, data scientist, and where are you at the moment in this journey? And raise your hand if you have learned something new in the last 15 minutes. Okay, so I want to know, was the database connected via MCP? Can we build live dashboard by connecting Tableau or Power BI? That's a great question. So you can connect one of the data visualization tool, but we did not use MCP to connect database. To connect database, let me show it to you again. To connect the database, what you can do is simply you need to search for this particular node, which is to execute query. Simply click on this, search over here, and you will find this node over here. Just add it. When you double click on it, simply add your database credentials and you should be fine. So okay, guys, sorry, I think I lost the access for a second or so. Okay, so I hope you've got some idea on it. Okay, so Swapna says, this is new to me. Definitely, I'm going to learn. Absolutely. Ahmed says, Aditya, truly an amazing webinar. Thank you. An athlete example with agents. We have a chance to be data analysts on steroid. That is a perfect definition of it, right? You'll still be a data analyst. You'll still be a data scientist, but you'll be on steroids, and that is how it should be. Okay. Well, thank you so much, guys. I hope you have learned something about AI agents and how it is transforming the role of a data analyst and data scientist. If you are again targeting these roles, make sure to upskill yourself. And if you are searching for a job in the United States, feel free to apply to my program on highcounselor.com/apply. And if you're a right fit, we'll invite you for a one-on-one interview. And if you're a fit to the program, we'll be happy to admit you, provide you an agentic AI training, and will help you in your job search. Okay. Again, thank you so much, guys, for taking out time this evening, joining this session, and I look forward to staying in touch with all of you. Make sure to join the session next week, okay? The hiring session that we have on 1st of July, make sure to join that. You may find some relevant roles for you, you may not find, but at least you will get to hear directly from a recruiter uh, about their perspective on what they are looking right now, okay? Vinay says data analyst role will be obsolete within a year. When I think it like, as Ahmed said, data analyst on steroids. Okay, so don't worry, it's not going to go anywhere. But just think it in a manner on how you can upskill yourself so that you will be if a company wants to hire one data analyst, right, and there are 10 applicants, you should be that one person, right? And you can actually be that person by learning AI agents in depth. Okay. If you let me also show you my uh, how I would recommend you to learn about AI agents. So so this is my training program, right? And this is a high level overview. So first learn about like what are AI agents, right? Agentic design foundation is super important. Learn about orchestration, right? Uh, then AI guardrails, super important to learn about AI guardrails. What are the different types of AI agents? Simple, reflex, multi-model, RAG based. What is the difference? What are the different use cases? Some of the foundational concepts which are very very important. Large language models, we all know about it, but trust me, there's a lot more to know to become a great AI agent developer. Prompt engineering, we all think that okay, we can write simple prompts and probably that's all about prompt engineering, but that's not true. A great prompt can drastically change the outcome of an AI agent, right? So we teach you about like prompt engineering in our agentic AI training. Then definitely learn about RAG, create some of the RAG cases, and then the agentic workflows. Agentic workflows super important, specifically about single AI agent system and the multi-agent AI system. Then AI frameworks. There are 7 AI frameworks which are super important as well as super popular, like Creo AI, AutoGen by Microsoft, Creo AI, LangChain. You need to learn about this. Protocols are super important, right? Whether it's MCP, A2A, ANP, right? You need to know about them. And after that, hands-on projects. So all the earlier part was theory, which will help you understand what's there in the industry, what's going on, what are the foundational concept, and then you will come on hands-on projects. Hands-on projects, again, through hands-on projects, you can start with like single agent AI system project. As I said, data analyst AI agent that we just saw. It's a very beginner level, but on top of it, you can create even more complex, like uh, we cover how to score resumes directly from your emails. That's a great example of single AI agent AI system, but a little bit advanced level. Then you should jump on to multi-model AI agent system, build a few hands-on projects on RAG like a chatbot, autoresponder to email, and then some of the industry use cases, because that's what companies care about. Okay. So this is like a very high level roadmap that you can follow to learn about AI agents, become more empowered, and do a much better job. My whiteboard just fell. Okay. Okay. So thanks everyone. Thanks Indriani. Thank you Swapna. Thanks Cindy. Ishan says low code or no code tools. Absolutely. N10 is a great example. Make.com is also good. I've not tried it much, but you can certainly give it a shot. Okay. Okay, thank you so much, everyone. I look forward to working with you. Let's stay in touch, and I'll see you next week in the mini hiring event. Okay, thank you so much. Have a wonderful day. Bye.